I think Aaron Judge will be the best right-handed hitter of all time if we win the World Series this year.
I think Jalen Brunson is definitely our highest performer in, like close games in the last minute.
I think he's good, but I don't think he played his best.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Welcome back to ESN. Today we'll be talking about the Yankees opening day, the Knicks, the NFL free agencies, and March Madness. So, on March 25th, the Yankees played the Giants for their opening day. What's your thoughts on the game?
Honestly, I thought the Yankees did really good. They did score 7 runs in that game. I thought they started off hot, showing that they still are a really good team. But sure, there were some holes in that lineup with Aaron Judge also going 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, getting that golden sombrero. What did you think?
I thought it was a pretty good game. I mean, they did destroy the Giants 7-0. So, for their starting pitcher, they had Max Fried. What was your thoughts on his performance?
He did all right. He started off slow in the first inning. He did give up 2 walks to put runners on base. Then he also gave up a couple hits, but he did have some pretty good strikeouts in that game. What did you think of Max Fried?
I thought he did pretty well. I mean, it is opening day, so you don't expect them to always be at their best. So what do you think their season's gonna go?
From what I've seen so far, they did show flashes at the beginning of the season, with especially Giancarlo Stanton, who did have those elbow injuries and shoulder injuries that he was complaining about, saying that he couldn't open the bag of chips. But I'm pretty sure a lot of our key bottom row lineup was doing really good that game, especially without Volpe in the lineup because of an injury that he had. What do you think? How do you think we did?
I think we did pretty well. I mean, I don't think we had that many errors. I mean, they didn't score a run on us, so I think we did pretty well defensively. All right, so they play the Giants, obviously, March 25th. They play them the 27th to 28th. And then they play the Mariners the 30th, 31st, and April 1st. And then they play the Marlins April 3rd, April 4th, and April 5th. So their starting lineup, they had Trent Grisham batting first, Aaron Judge batting second, Cody Bellinger batting third, Ben Rice batting fourth, Giancarlo Stanton batting fifth, Jazz Chisholm Jr. batting sixth, Jose Caballero batting seventh, and Ryan McManus batting eighth, and Austin Wells batting ninth. What's your thoughts on that lineup?
No, that's a good, strong lineup. I would rather put Aaron Judge in the third, where he's used to, instead of the second. I do like him there more. But I like to say that we did have that very good contact bottom row starting with Giancarlo Stanton, who is for power, but he did also have some two really good hits last night, scoring our first runs in the first. And with Jazz Chisholm, he also had a pretty good night. He has stole a bag. He did pretty good. Caballero also did good. He knocked in a couple of RBIs. Ryan McMahon, he did pretty good too. I didn't watch him a lot, but he did good. Austin Wells, he did some Austin Wells things. He's a catcher. What did you think?
I think that lineup's pretty good. I think it was a pretty good game. I mean, they did really well hitting wise. Yeah, I think they played well. Well, thanks for listening to our segment. Next up will be Lucas and Darren.
Hi, today on our segment, we'll be talking about the form the Knicks are on and their plan of action for the playoffs. So, current standings, 35-20, pretty good. How was that compared to what they were predicting at the start of the season?
I mean, we were, in my opinion, I thought we were going to be the number 1 team in the East. We were until the Pistons had that remarkable run. And then we went on that losing skid, dropped to 3, and that's pretty much where we were last year at the same time right now. And I'm not really worried. It only matters you get into the playoffs. That's just what it is, because any team can make noise.
Yeah, offensively and defensively, we're doing good, right?
Yeah, we're a very strong team. We have players offensively that can put up 20 a game. I mean, Brunson having another great year. Cat also coming along. Bridges, too, very steady from the three. A lot better than he was last year. And then defense, too, has been good. I mean, holding teams under 105 at some points this season, which is pretty good.
Very nice, yes. Team building, all that, always good for the conference race. Latest games, played the 76ers. It was a blowout win.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty complete game. Do you know who had a good game that, who shined that game? Or
Yeah, I
anything about
mean, if you play the Sixers and you win, you put up over 130, you had a good night. Also had Jose Alvarado, new guy, having a lot of noise about him.
that? Yeah,
haven't
he
really
played
seen-
really good, right?
Yeah,
like
he
30,
had
30-point game or
Yeah,
something
he had
like
really
that?
good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good way to start your career in New York. And then also looking at the 76ers, they're kind of a team that's like in the middle, in my opinion. They're not bad enough to be like they're a lottery pick, but they're not that bad.
I agree.
They're in transition.
Yeah, I got a big lead at halftime, and they never slow down. I think that's pretty like a constant with this Knicks team. They're not slowing down. They're keeping the tempo all
Yeah.
game. How does that compare to like last season?
I mean, last season too. I mean, games would come down to the wire at some points, especially in the playoffs against the Pistons. I remember, and then 2 years ago against the 76ers, I feel like every season I've seen a little bit of progression into like pulling away with the lead. And this season, they've just been pulling away. It's just they got to figure out how to jump up in the standings. They're only third, which is pretty good, but they deserve to be in the 1 or 2.
Yeah, a bit underwhelming. Third. I mean, it's third. I mean, you can't really ask for more. You were saying second or first, but I think third is a pretty good finish right now. Still have a lot of games to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're third in the East, which is half the league pretty much, and you're in the top 6 in the league. I mean, you have a good shot at winning it, and they're in the top 10 for best odds to win it, according to Vegas. So,
Yeah.
who knows?
Brunson leading the team in scoring. I think it's like 27, 28 points per game.
I mean, that's just really good. I mean, he started the All-Star game. I mean, he was okay in that from when I saw. I watched a little bit of it. So,
Yeah, they had the dunk contest, which was the worst dunk contest I've seen in a while.
yeah. I thought, honestly, that I kind of didn't really like the All-Star game. I don't really like it anyways because it's just boring. Nobody tries.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't like that there was only like one national team like throughout the world. There's 2 American teams and then world. There should be 2 and 2, so it's fair.
I agree.
So then you could have a shot at having like world versus America for the finals instead of just half America versus half America.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, at this NBA's dunk contest, I mean, nobody's even like signing up for it. I mean, none of like the stars are signing
Yeah.
up for it. You have some randoms dunking. Like,
Yeah, I mean, and also these stars don't really want to risk an injury because you're dunking over like I remember seeing somebody dunk over Shaq. That
Yeah.
you can risk getting really hurt by that.
That's true. I didn't really think of that. Let's get back to Brunson. He's knocking down a lot. I mean, he's not missing. 27 points a game. You're not going going 4 for 10. He's consistently getting a lot of shots up, and he's making the shots, which is important.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a great player for the Knicks. Really clutch too, and the threes. I mean, he's like Mr. Automatic from the line.
Yeah, definitely
three-point
a
line.
late game option. I mean, you can always count on him.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure.
I feel like in every late game situation, when they're down a little bit, when they need one shot, it's always going to him.
Yeah.
And teams do not adjust to that, which
Yeah, they really don't. I
Yeah.
mean, we're 15 games over 500. It's clear
Yeah.
that they're not adjusting.
and when you have 3 talented offensive dudes, and even 4, I would say like OG, Cat, McHale, and Brunson, you could go to any of those guys and you have a good shot. But they like Brunson more, and I agree that Brunson is the best option.
Definitely. Let's talk about Cat. Cat, he's a threat in the paint, honestly. Like a big threat, obviously. Scoring a lot.
Yeah, he's having a really historical season in the paint and on the glass too. really good at getting those rebounds, like you said, and that's just good to have. Say when you need to, in the end of a game, you need 3, you need 2 instead of 1 when you're taking a free throw. You put them in there with Mitch and let them go to the board and try and get it.
Yeah, he's always consistent. He has this presence around him, averaging at least like 10 to 12 rebounds a game. That's important.
Yeah, and when
honestly.
you watch him, too, in the paint, he's just getting fouled and fouled because teams know he's going to end up with it most likely. And refs don't call it, and he gets angry, and then he starts taking silly fouls. I feel like that's the only issue with him is silly fouls.
Yeah, he's not very, what's the word? Maybe
Disciplined.
Yeah. He's not very disciplined at all. To be honest, I mean he's flagrant. He's not really thinking about what he's gonna do. So I mean that's the only issue I'd say. Him on the floor with Brunson, they're always gonna put some points up. You know, and these blowout wins, they're always there. Bench Bridges coming on, scoring 22 points in that blowout win.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a really good thing to have, a really deep bench, and also being able to plug other guys in your starting lineup just to give guys a rest. Like, I mean, I remember them starting Shaman at one point and bringing Josh Hart off the bench. I mean, Hart is a bench player, but he can also start, and he's very versatile.
Yeah, Hart. I mean, you bring him off the bench, he's scoring 10 plus points.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely need that in a top like a contender team. You know, you need that guy come off the bench, give you good points, good defense. Miles McBride, energy, all that coming off the bench. Did you see anything new from him?
I mean, not really. I mean, Deuce is really good from the 3. I feel like whenever he comes off the bench, like you said, energy. He brings energy to the floor, and also if they're down, they put him in, just rejuvenates everything.
Shamit, you were telling me about how he was starting that one game. I mean, he starts, but he is more of a bench player, in my opinion.
I mean, that's just a good thing to have and a good problem to have, I would say, having guys that you can plug in the starting lineup and be okay and get minutes so guys like Brunson, Cat, Mitch can rest.
Yeah, definitely. You need that guy to give him rest,
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have the same 5 on the floor 2 games in a row. You're going to need someone to come off the bench. A lot of teams, they don't have that, right? They have like 5 or 6, but they don't have like a kind of a benched rotation to bring on.
Yeah.
What teams would you say have that rotation other than the Knicks?
I mean, I remember last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Pacers ran 10 deep. I know that a team like, I gotta think about this.
San Antonio.
Yeah,
also,
San Antonio is very deep. I know it's just a rotation for them. And then OKC's pretty good with that.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy like Alex Caruso off the bench has been pretty good, and he was pretty good for them in their run last year.
No doubt. Just bench depth in general is just a major advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the more rest you guys have coming down the stretch, because we know, and I think everybody knows, Knicks will be in the playoffs, but we don't know where they're going to be. It's you get in and you have a shot to win. I feel like when every team gets in, every team in the playoffs has a fair chance to win, because anything can happen. You could say that team might be better, but look what happened last year against the Pacers and the Knicks. Everybody thought the Knicks were going to win, but the Pacers won.
Yeah, they didn't. It was
Upsets
an upset.
do happen.
Yeah, they do. They do. You gotta stay consistent throughout the whole way.
Yeah, you got to stay disciplined through it too, which is very important.
Maintaining their position on the top is also important.
Yes.
You know, they are third right now, but there's teams behind them. I'm not sure which teams are behind them or close to them.
I mean, teams keep climbing.
Yeah.
I know one team over the past month has been climbing is the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, who would have thought we'd be thinking about them? They've been terrible for
a long time. Yeah.
So, and I mean, I like that Con Knipple dude.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I've heard about him.
Mel Ball's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's always good. All right, that's all for the segment today. Up next, we'll have the Yankees with Jake and Darren.
Welcome back to ESN. Today, me and Darren will be discussing the New York Giants free agency recap after the first 2 days. Darren, let's go over the first contract they signed, I think yesterday. Greg Newsome for a 1-year, $10 million deal. What do you think?
I like this signing too. Pair him up with Paulson Adebo. You don't really have a true CB1 in my opinion, but you have 2 really solid CB2s.
I think it was a good move right there. They needed to bring back They need to bring someone in after losing Cordell Flott to the Titans. Greg Newsome, he's not the best, but he's definitely like a rotational piece that they can use to go out there and do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Third down, he can make some stops. 'Cause remember, he was a first-round pick.
There's a lot of untapped potential. With
Yeah,
him.
and hopefully putting him in a new system, he can perform to his best.
Yeah, so when some of the stuff I researched on him afterwards is I found that he's good on the outside, and also he can play the slot too.
Yeah, that's something we need. Similar to Cordell Flott did a lot of that. We're going to need someone who's going to be able to replace him.
Yeah, I mean, losing Flott hurts a lot.
Yeah. Let's go to the next player. A big re-signing here. German Minor was a 3-year, $13 million a year. That is one of the best right tackles in the league recently. I really liked bringing him back. He was one of the main guys I wanted to bring back.
Yeah.
What do you think about the deal?
Over the past 2 seasons, he's been really reliable, solidifying that other side of the O-line because we know before him, Evan Neal being a big disaster.
Disaster's very
Injuries,
nice
too.
to describe him, actually, as.
Yeah, it was a lot more than a disaster. It was more of a dumpster fire. But you get him, solidified the O-line. You have 2 really good cornerstones on each side, Andrew Thomas on the left and then Luminor on the right.
Helps dart a lot right there.
Yes. And then another signing, too, which I really like, was Tremaine Edmonds, middle linebacker, 3-year contract, $12 million a season. What do you think of that, Jake?
Overall, I liked it. I mean, we lost Bobby Okereke to free agency, which is fine with me because we brought someone who's 3 years younger. And I honestly think it might be a very similar or even better player than Bobby Okereke. He'll almost get 100 tackles this season, hopefully. He's a very good player for a team that definitely needed, a little bit of help on defense. I think he can definitely fill that Bobby Okereke role better than Bobby Okereke did it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I saw from Tremaine Edmonds, he's a lot better in coverage, too. He's just an all-around better player. Bobby Okereke struggled in coverage when he had to drop back. And they're kind of the same type of player with, like, the tackling. Both are going to get 100 tackles a season, going to be very dynamic on the field, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you really didn't change. Maybe you just got a little more upgrade for the
And
pass
younger.
defense. Yeah,
And
and younger too.
Got to remember that.
That's very important. Another player we signed, fullback Pat Richard, 2 years, $8.5 million per season. What do you think of that?
I overall liked it. It's gonna be fun to watch him and Cam Scatterbo in the same backfield. Him going down and blocking, that's gonna be really fun to watch for as a Giants fan. That'll
Yeah.
be good. It's gonna be a really good rushing
Yeah.
attack, and I think on an 8-year, very cheap deal, I think he can definitely bring value for his very low contract that he has.
Yeah, and also losing Daniel Bellinger for the run blocking too as a tight end, bringing him in will also kind of fill that void with the blocking too.
Yeah. And the last big signing we had here was Isaiah Likely. I think it was 3 years, $40 million. He can be that tight end one that we need. Theo Johnson overall, he's got bricks for hands. He's not very good. So bringing in Isaiah Likely here to be that main tight end when he really couldn't have been over in Baltimore, I think that can really bring up this team and really give them a big catching piece right there. What do you think?
I really like this signing. I've really liked Isaiah Likely for a long time. When he had that big season 2 years ago, was it? Had him on my fantasy team, and he had a really strong season. Like you said, he's a better ball catcher than Theo Johnson is.
That's very easy to do.
I mean, yeah. But also I found out he's a really good route runner too.
Yeah, he's going to be really good for them.
Yeah, and then another signing we made, which a little under the radar, Darius Washington, a safety for a 1-year deal.
I liked it. I mean, he isn't, the biggest name, but he did pretty good in Baltimore last year. Another one of John Harbaugh's guys. I trust him to make the right decisions, and if that's what he wants to bring in, he wants to bring in these guys, let him bring them in right away. Obviously, his teams over in Baltimore are a lot better than the teams over in New York, so let him bring in his guys, let him develop in the system with Denard Wilson. Let them develop, do everything they can to just build the team that they had in Baltimore. They bring that here, will be a very good team.
Yeah, and then a big issue last year was special teams.
Oh, yeah.
Abundance of kickers, bad punts, and
You fix that.
we fixed that now.
Jason Sanders. kicker.
Acquiring Jason Sanders, I think, is a helpful thing. I mean, they haven't cut Graham Gano yet.
They have
They
to.
should. He's making a lot of money for a kicker that
We'll be backup now.
will be the backup kicker and probably should probably retire, in my opinion. He's very old.
Yeah,
and
he's-
has hamstring problems, and
Yeah.
it's been over the past 3 seasons. That's been the issue, kicking.
Yeah. And then you got Jordan Stout, highest paid punter in the NFL. We brought him in for 3 years, $12 million, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, they cut Jamie Gillen, which needed to happen. Very inconsistent with his punts, and
Yeah.
you're getting a guy like Stout. He's younger, and he's an all-pro punter.
Yeah, I like that deal. I mean, he's very highly paid, but he's one of the best in the game right now. So how
Yes.
could you complain?
Yeah,
All right, let's go to now some missed free agents we had. Big names here. We got Tyler Linderbaum, Mike Evans, and Elijah Vera Tucker. Some guys we really went after, especially Linderbaum and I think Vera Tucker. And we lost to them in bidding wars.
yeah. So first up, Tyler Linderbaum, $81 million, a very historical contract. I'm not paying $81 million for a center.
Me either. I don't.
You could find somebody that's going to do the same thing for probably $40 million cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, he's very good. He's young. I'm not giving him $80 million. That
No.
is a waste of money they could put to other things.
Yeah.
And I could say even the same thing about Mike Evans. Like, I know they didn't get him for a huge deal. I think it was 3 or $60 million. I still think he's being overpaid. I think he's
He's
old.
in his 30s, too.
He's in San Francisco, which we know in the past they've had a lot of injuries, and I think he'll just honestly add on to that. I mean, I wanted the Giants originally to get Mike Evans, but if they're going to pay him that much, I wouldn't want him for that much
No.
then. I'm perfectly fine with drafting Carnell Tate or getting someone in the second round like Jeremy Bernard I just saw. Or
Yeah.
someone like that. If you're going to give that much money to somebody, it has to be someone who's like 28, 27,
Has to
and
be
is
like
not an
a-
injury prone, not someone who's 33.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want a 33-year-old receiver. When you look at old receivers moving on to new teams, one of them was Julio Jones.
Yeah, it very easily could be a Julio Jones situation there,
Yes.
which would, if the Giants avoided that, that would be very nice.
Yep. And then moving on to our final player with this, Elijah Vera Tucker.
See, this was a guy I liked, and I don't think he even got overpaid that much over in New England. He would have been a very good signing. We obviously got outbid a little bit. I know we have constraints on the cap, which is whatever. I understand that exists. But, it just sucks. I really wanted him, and losing out on him is pretty annoying. I would have liked him.
He's also hasn't really played a full season. He's injury prone, which we know.
Yes, which is a nice thing
Yes.
if we didn't get him.
Yeah, that's just one of the positives for not getting him. But
probably
you're-
has coping because we wanted him.
Yeah, but not a player like him. He's really good. He's a really good blocker too.
Yeah, that sucks to lose.
Yeah.
Probably bring back Greg Van Roten now out of re-sign him for, I think, the right guard spot, which isn't the best option, but,
I mean, he's
Better
not
than-
bad.
he's
He's
not
just
the worst.
reliable.
like, you'll be there and
Yeah.
play, which is better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, should they have cut John Runyon?
Yes.
100%. He was the worst graded guy on our O-line last year, according to PFF.
And he was also very expensive, so why would you bring him in?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching today. Coming up after us, Chrissy JJ will be racking up ESN. Thank you.
Next one.
All right, ready? Get to the next script, Darren.
Welcome back to our show, and today we'll be talking about March Madness and some of the upsets that have been happening. The Texas Cinderella run, beating the 6th seed BYU 79-71, and then beating the 3 seed Gonzaga from a score of 68-74. Coming from the 11th seed, it's kind of impressive. What do you think about that?
I think it's very impressive, especially beating BYU in the first round. Obviously, I mean, I don't think BYU was like championship contender at any means, but I definitely think they could have made Sweet 16s, possibly the Elite 8. And beating them by 8 points, possibly, I mean, that's crazy, especially against a 6 seed and your 11 seed. But I feel like these upsets do happen, so it's not that surprising. But I think what really surprising is when they played Gonzaga and beat them 68-74. I mean, maybe I was glazing them a little, but I think the Gonzaga could have made it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that team was good. I mean, their coach is good. I mean, Gonzaga kind of does do this like a lot, like losing early, but I mean, I thought they had a shot this year. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I had Gonzaga going pretty far too, but having them upsetted, that hurt some of my brackets a lot. But the North Carolina beating the 6th seed from the 11th seed, that's good. But and then they lost to the 3 seed Illinois, but they made a good run from the 11th seed. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they made a really good run. I mean, they were 11 seed. They beat the 6th seed North Carolina. I think. I mean, I didn't see this coming. I don't even know where VCU is, but I think it's good. For 11 seed to beat a 6 seed. Unfortunately, they lost to 3 seed Illinois. Obviously, they didn't get what Texas had, but I mean, Illinois was a pretty good team, so you can't really put that against them. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. What do you think about them?
I didn't expect this either, coming from a low school, not making March Madness a lot, and then beating a team like North Carolina that's always in and won a couple.
Yeah.
And then Iowa beating Florida.
Well, you forgot High Point.
Oh yeah, then High Point beat Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
The 12 seed being a 5 seed.
Yeah,
you don't see that happening.
I mean, no, you do see that happening. I completely disagree with you there, but the way it happened was crazy. I mean, it was a one-score game, 83-82. I mean, they were like at one point in the second quarter, they had like a 6% chance of winning, and their team just they could not stop making threes in the last game. And then the craziest part is the one guy who won them the game was the one who hasn't made a 2-pointer all year, and he made the first 2-pointer was a game winner against Wisconsin, who was a team that many people thought would go far.
Yeah, and it was like he went 0 for 4 on layups, and he's came in clutch when it happened. So Iowa beating Florida, the 9th seed being the 1 seed. What do you think about that?
Iowa, I mean, dude, I think Florida won last year. I think they could have went to. I think they weren't as good as last year, but, dude, I don't know what to say. I think I did not even know if Iowa would win their first game, but beating Florida, a team that made the national championship and won it last year, I mean, it kind of sucks for the Florida team. I mean, they probably had big hopes just like last year, and yeah, but I think they're a 1 seed. This should not be happening. I don't know. This messed up my bracket. I almost had a perfect South region, but yeah.
All right, that is all for today. Come back next time to ESN. We talked about free agency, Knicks, open day for baseball, and March Madness. Thank you.